What's going on, everybody? This is the Blockchain Backer, bringing you the latest cryptocurrency news and analysis. Today, we're going to be talking about the cycles of the cryptocurrency market and where we are at right now in relation to the Bitcoin price chart, which I have here up on the top of the screen, versus the Bitcoin price chart from back in 2020 and 2021. If you've been watching the videos, you've undoubtedly seen this corrective structure that we've had in here, very similar to what we saw back in 2021. Not a whole lot has changed in here over the last couple of days, whether we're just finding some resistance happening in here for now. So not a tremendous amount to say about the actual price action of Bitcoin currently, but there's a lot to say about the cryptocurrency market in general and the altcoin market, the structures that we've printed, the amount of time that has elapsed since the peak back in 2021 till now here in April of 2024. As most of you know, it's been very concerning being back at that 702 Fibonacci retracement level there for the altcoin market. The last month and a half to 2 months have been not your typical pick me up and reassurance type of blockchain backer. It's been much more of a concerned style. But once we got our corrective structure to play out there with an ABC correction, things of course have changed. Optimism galore, buying during the times of craziness as we pulled right back into a support level after a massive liquidation throughout the market, but now recovering with a very typical corrective structure, trying to go into recovery mode and go breaking out. Now, of course, the big challenge we have here is getting to the 702 retracement. Why would I be so concerned about that here in 2024? Well, it's because I was here in 2020 and in 2021. And I remember this tweet incredibly well. It was very easy for me to go find it because I remembered it. It's one tweet that sticks in my memory from a handful of tweets that I've done over the years. And it was that exact moment where the altcoin market was getting through the 702 retracement back in 2021, in which this tweet was posted right here on January 24th of 2021. The total altcoin market cap closes the week green above the 702 Fibonacci retracement level, which of course a huge milestone to see that happening there in the market. Well, because once that ended up happening, we went into the fun time of the market afterwards once we were able to exceed that retracement level. So knowing how often these things can be the rejection level or the expansion level, is why we've been talking so much over the last several weeks and months about expansion, lack of breadth, all those different elements to see if we can get a true breakout and expansion happening in the market, which there were things pointing to we weren't really ready for it. But this post was there on January 24th of 2021 once we finally got through there. You have a lot of people saying, oh, the altcoin market's not doing anything. But January 24th is actually right here. It took Bitcoin getting all the way up here, hitting $41,000, $42,000 before we could ever even get through this thing. And we actually hit it right here on January 10th, that 702 Fibonacci retracement level, which is right over here for Bitcoin. Now, looking back on Bitcoin's price action here in 2024, there's March 14th. Hey, what do you know? There's March 14th, 702. We hit the same retracement level at the same time in the same structure. And so you've probably watched a lot of videos where you've heard me say that price action is very similar to for Bitcoin as if we're already in January of 2021, where I think people are really looking at this market from the lens of we're acting like what we did when we were back at the all-time high in 2017 or back at the all-time high back here in 2020 and 21. But price action in Bitcoin, price action in the altcoin market, on-chain activity, on-chain behavior, which we talked about and showed last week, all indicates we're actually much further along. The altcoin market is as if we're right here. On-chain activity, profit taking, whale movement, it's all as if we're right here already. And then ironically, the price structure is also incredibly similar. And this is also exactly where the altcoin market hit the 702 Fibonacci retracements back in 2020 and 2021. So when the market talks about it or people on Twitter are talking about it, hey, we're just now having the halving, it means we have a whole nother year, a year and a half. Well, price action isn't acting in that manner like it's like that. And we actually see other things too in here. And these things are actually optimistic things. Like we're looking at Bitcoin here on this. It's like, hey, look, if this thing continued to play out, if we are actually in a moment that is very similar to January and February of 2021, it would indicate we're like right around the corner of the extreme excitement happening in there. if this correction is actually playing out like this, it would indicate we're right around the corner of the extreme excitement happening in there. And I've goofed off with this in videos and in live streams. And I don't know if it's going to play out like that. But even if you did and you moved at that velocity and we printed some massive epic bubble, when does it conclude? It concludes over here in July. That's only 3 months away. Is there any way, any possibility we could only have 3 months left in this market versus what block reward halving theory and being back at all-time highs suggests for your time, which again, predicting time is a fool's job, fool's errand. I will get time wrong. But for the exercise of it, rather than being like, hey, block reward halving happens, it means we have a year and a half. What if we really do only have 3 months left? What if we really do only have 3 months left? Is there anything else that would corroborate that besides just looking at Bitcoin right in here and being like, hey, that would indicate we only have like 3 months left? But the thing to remember is that the last 3 months are typically the wild and crazy and exciting months. They're the months you come here for. You don't come here for the 10 months leading up to the last 3 months. You come here for literally those 3 months. This period right in here, right? Like this is Doge. I don't think we're going to see Doge repeat itself again. This is kind of like the 2017 XRP. Doge may get nothing more than a retrace this time around, and other stuff may be the show-stopping events. But just to give you context of it, to say, how much time have you spent in here? Do you also align with all this behavior that we're talking about and what we're talking about with the altcoin market getting back to the 702 retracement? And it's simple. We can just look at how much time has elapsed since the peak of this thing came in, and where are you right now? It's like you're there at the end, at that moment where enough time has elapsed for the excitement to come in. This is how long we spent in 2018, 2019, and 2020 before things took off. And it's not just visible here on Doge. You can see it here on Litecoin too. This is how much time we spent in here before this market ended up moving. But we can even see it here in the actual altcoin market caps, with how much time elapsed before things actually ended up taking off. And that we know the true peak of this market happens back here in April and May of 2021. For those who have watched my presentation that I did in Australia, the dozens of videos where we've proved it, that the peak of the market was during laser eyes, diamond hands, and Wall Street bets, as 90% of our market peaked then. And as I've shown many, many times over here on Bitcoin's price action to show all the peaks, the troughs, the bottoms, the breakouts, everything shows the peak of the market happened back here in April and May of 2021. Not only are we on time, we're at the level we're supposed to be at as we were back then in 2021. We can even see we're almost at the exact same amount of days. By the time we had gone through the sign of strength phase, the breakout with an ABC throwback into the bull flag, with an ABC throwback into the bull flag, we were at 1,093 days. Here we are at 1,074 days, maybe more, 77. So time-wise, we're there. And we can see that throughout the market. Now, one thing we've spent a lot of time talking about has been the United States stock market, the correlation between the stock market and the cryptocurrency market. If we're able to find our footing here pretty soon, like over here in the NASDAQ 100 technology sector, well, what's something we could hopefully be looking for? One final push up in here. It's like the last song has been played by the band. Here comes the encore. Everybody thinks we're going to continue going, but really the end of the show actually happens right here after a couple of songs. So is there enough time in there for something like that similarly to play out in here? Sure, it seems like it. But a thing to look for moving forward, if we do end up getting something crazy like that, is just how those tops have historically come in. There's a lot of work for us still to be able to get to that moment. First of all, you probably need to see Bitcoin be able to move up. We need to see the altcoin market be able to get its breakout. We have to see the escape from the 702 Fibonacci retracement level like we did back there in 2021. But at the end of 2017 and early 2018, there in 2021, we had some similar markers that showed up in the crypto market that we would be looking for. We talk about a lot of these things all the time, that if this market goes into full-blown expansion, the things that have marked big concerns of the end, at least in the last two big moments in crypto, which was 2017 and 18 and 2021, was if that altcoin market can still continue higher while Bitcoin is in nothing but a retrace, that additional extension of the altcoin market into a retrace is a bad sign. We saw that in 2018. And then we also saw that over here in 2021, where the altcoin market did another leg higher of euphoria and excitement and crazy, while Bitcoin was in nothing but a retracement in here. So we'll need to watch out for that. At least I will be here on the YouTube channel. As of right now, there is no evidence of such thing. For example, if Bitcoin was approaching back to this retracement level right here, but the altcoin market was actually like this, while Bitcoin was only right here, that would be the major concern, because the altcoin market was continuing on while we were doing nothing but a retracement. It would be ultimate scary worry time. That's what we had happen in here as we continued on. And that's what we had happen in here as we continued on. So no signs of that just yet, but if that ever shows up, we'll be watching for it with a hawk here. Otherwise, we still just continue waiting on for this thing to play itself out. I wanted to give you examples and show you how the market is actually behaving very similarly to 2021 in regards to getting back to its retracement levels, pulling back from the retracement levels, and that we're actually really right where we were at the exact time of January and February of 2021. Gives you kind of a little bit more context when we talk about that and say, hey, you know, Bitcoin's price action is actually acting like it's much further along than most people suspect, it being just now the block reward halving has happened and being at the all-time high when we're drawing those conclusions from 2017 or from 2021, thinking, hey, there's still a whole lot more to go. I just wanted to give you those examples of the entire market to show you where the market was at this particular time, how the price action is playing out, and we're actually acting like Bitcoin's way further along than that. So I hope you found this interesting and educational. Hopefully we get a big fat recovery coming out of here pretty soon. And hopefully we can go stab back at those retracement levels again and kick off excitement like we did once before. And fingers crossed, we're right there, right on the brink of the excitement kicking in for this market and a good time ahead. So we'll keep our eyes on it every day and we'll check in on here. Still, looks like this thing is just waddling, but I wanted to show you how this is very similar to what we've seen before. But all right, that's going to be it for this one, guys. Thank you so much for watching. If you'd like, check out my newsletter over here on blockchainbacker.substack.com. The most recent one we put out there was looking at the trends of developer deployment, developer activity over there on Base. I'm super excited because TXMC has come on board to help collaborate with these, to help provide extra value in these as well. So I'm really excited about that. This was our first joint one that we did together. I do audio record all of these in here. This one is 24 minutes long. I do audio record every newsletter. So if you want to listen to it in your car, your truck, while you're swinging a hammer, playing disc golf, going for a walk, whatever it is that you want to do, you can listen to these in your headphones. If you sign up for the newsletter, you also get access to all past ones as well. A lot of times we'll do research in here on activity happening throughout the market and where the trends are. And a lot of times we'll talk about what's actually going on or something significant happening in the market right now. This most recent one was talking about the trend that is clearly showing up in there over there on Base. You could check this out over here on blockchainbacker.substack.com. You, of course, could check out my website over here, which is bcbacker.com, with over 40 videos and 11 hours of content teaching you how to set up your own charts and indicators within TradingView and CoinTrader Pro, teaching you about common and effective tools, patterns, Wyckoff accumulation and distribution, Elliott wave theory, and historical behavior of the market, and a lot of secrets that I've learned throughout the market from personal experiences, mistakes made, and improvements made. It also includes a PDF download in here with supplemental material to go with a lot of these different sections. Many of these sections have their own supplemental material with them, but there is a master file in here for you as well. That's all available over here on bcbacker.com. There's links down here in the description of this video to bcbacker.com and there to the newsletter at blockchainbacker.substack.com. Otherwise, I hope you have an absolutely wonderful day. I hope you enjoyed viewing this information. I want to thank you so much for watching. If you could, please like this video and give it a thumbs up. If you are new to the channel, please subscribe and hit the notification bell so you could be notified of when I create new content and when I go live. As always, this is not investment advice and I am not a financial advisor, but if you ever need a pick-me-up or a little bit of reassurance, just remember that the blockchain backers got your back. Have a good one.